I'm Jessica Mitton for IB Times TV with your midday market update, and joining me today is Mark Newton of Gray Wolf Execution. Now, with Apple, they have reportedly signed this deal with China Mobile. How do you think this is going to impact Apple over the coming years now?
Oh, I think it's going to be a big positive for the company. I mean, it'll open up Apple to over 700 million users that right now China Mobile has. So, I mean, that's nearly 7 times right now what Verizon has for the States. It's almost 2.5 times the U.S. population alone. So that should be incredibly bullish long term. It should open up things for China Mobile to help them get distribution rights with Apple to be able to start selling iPhones, similar to how it's helped some of the other China carriers. So I view it as a real positive, at least in the long term.
Now, Apple, in their earnings reports in the past couple of quarters, they always do relatively beat expectations, but they have shown those signs of struggling in China. Do you think this is really what they needed to do to pick up growth in that region?
Yeah, I think so. I think that getting other companies to adopt the 4G model so that they can start to sell iPhones is just a step of what should be a good relationship for them. China has a huge population, obviously, of mobile users, and so gradually, as you start to get more and more of these people on board, I think it's nothing but positive for them. Yeah.
Now, Apple always tends to make news with Carl Icahn. He always puts out some different tweets coming out, and he was talking about proposing a different buyback program yesterday. Whenever Carl Icahn does make these comments, how exactly does it affect Apple's stock?
Well, you typically do tend to see a lot of volatility, and that's because Icahn has a tremendous record of success in the past, obviously, and Apple respects him tremendously. I mean, he also has a lot of respect for Cook, and so that's important to note, that it's not him being a bully per se. I think they both have a lot of mutual respect for one another. I think eventually something will get done. He's actually softened his stance a bit, because before he was proposing 150 billion share buyback, and now he's down to 100. So that's about 50 billion more than what they did in the past. So I think eventually something will get done. But Icahn also knows that if he keeps pushing, due to the fact that he does have an open ear, that something will get done sooner than later.
And finally, we have seen Apple, well, they have a little bit of a different fiscal year than other companies. So where do you think we will see their stock coming in for this next fiscal year with them?
You know, the stock has had a big run of late. I think it's due to pull back a bit in the near term. It's just run too far too quickly. And so, I'd look for the stock down there 550 to 560 over the next couple months as being a better opportunity to step in and buy really than at current levels. And I am bullish long term on the stock, but it's just had a very good run of late.
Mark, as always, it's so great talking to you down here. That's Mark Newton of Gray Wolf Execution, and I'm Jessica Mitton for IB Times TV.